So just like Doe Valley, Valley Station is not a singular town. Valley Station is the area south of Louisville that you have to travel through to get to Louisville. Now this area is pretty large, so I'll be splitting it up into 4 sections. So starting at the very top of the northern section, there's a neighborhood that is partially burned down. There are a group of houses that are fenced off from the rest of the neighborhood, with this house here having a good amount of guns and ammo inside, while this one has medical supplies. The problem is the only 2 ways to get inside here are to either build a staircase over the fence, or you can find the hole in the fence by the train yard and make your way up through there. Then to the left there's a refugee area where you can find a few generators laying around. Then right below there's a military checkpoint where you can find a large amount of guns and ammo. If you want a more in-depth guide of where to specifically find the loot, then go check out this video. Then directly below we have a train yard which doesn't really have too much loot, but you will be able to find some tools and other building materials scattered around. Then if we go a little east of the train yard, there'll be a warehouse which holds pretty much all the tools and building materials you could want. Then right below there'll be a school which has what all schools have, books and tons of zombies. And right next to the school there's a group of storage buildings that can hold anything from tools to books to generators to even zombies for some reason. And that's the northern area. Now moving on to the western zone, pretty much right next to the school there's a gas station with a liquor store right next to it. But this store is actually better than it might initially seem because there's a second floor which could make for a good base, and on top of that I was actually able to find some pretty good loot in here. But for the most part this left side here consists mostly of residential buildings and food markets, so there isn't too much to talk about. Except there is a construction site which is completely fenced off, so it could make for a good base, but the more interesting locations are here towards the right side where we have a hunting lodge and a shooting range very close together, so if you loot these 2 locations you should be good on guns and ammo for a while. So the western area doesn't have too much, but the east and south definitely make up for that. So now moving on to the east, along this road here there are 2 military checkpoints with each of them having guns and ammo. The problem here though is that these checkpoints are within the fenced area, so the only way to get in would be to build a staircase or going in through the hole in the fence, which is pretty far away from these checkpoints. Then below the military checkpoints it's mostly farmland, so this area could be good for making your base due to the lower number of zombies. Especially if you go down to this farm directly below the burned down neighborhood, because there's a water source right beside it. Now we move on to our final area, which is arguably the best one. So in the southern area we have a few residential neighborhoods, but honestly no one really cares about those because what people come down here for is this area here. So there are a ton of stores in this area, with the notable ones being the gas station, clothing store, bookstore, and the Zippy Market which has tons of candy, sodas, and VHS tapes so you can stock up for a Saturday night with the boys. Oh wait, no, they're dead. Well anyways, below all the shops there's a cinema which doesn't have any movies playing, but does have tons of popcorn and soda, and this one's storage room on the second floor which has tons of tools. And then finally the biggest attraction in this entire area, the mall. This mall is huge and has pretty much every store you could think of, except I wasn't able to find any gun stores. With all the places I've shown you that do have guns, I think you'll be able to manage. But yeah, this area here has tons of loot, but it also has an absurd amount of zombies, so make sure you either bring some friends to help you clear out the zombies, or go in stealthy and just pray you don't accidentally press Q. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, please go down and hit that like and subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel, and comment down below if you know of any interesting locations that I may have missed. And I'll see you all in the next one.